See, when I started posting videos, nobody was watching any of my videos either. And I didn't have a lot of subscribers either. And you see, when I started my company, I wasn't making any money in 2013 and barely in 13. And I started making some in 15. And I started making more in 16 and 17 and 18. And you see, I don't say any of that to brag, to flaunt, to do nothing. I say that to realize, like, everything takes time. Stop being so impatient. So I've been thinking a lot lately about patience, about like how important that is in every aspect of life, but most specifically with like building a personal brand, with producing content, with building a company, all these kind of things, right? You hear people say this all the time, that like patience is the key, and like you have to be more patient, you just have to wait and you have to wait. But honestly, it is the pivotal piece of success when you're running a company, building a personal brand, building a YouTube channel, trying to network, all these pieces. And I think all of them fail truly when you actually don't have patience. Because it's funny, I watch so many companies, some that we work with, some that we don't, some YouTubers that I follow, some people that start YouTube and then quit YouTube, and some people that start going after LinkedIn with the mentality of how I do, which is just network and network and network and don't sell to anybody, and eventually things come your way. I watch so many people do this, and I watch how quickly it turns from like one direction into sales again. A YouTuber that is really excited and then quits, or someone that's gonna do something like a podcast and then they quit, or something that just constantly comes up, it's short term, and then it goes away. No question about it, there's absolutely no shortcut when it comes to like building anything. And I feel like so many people that I see get inspired by, whether it's watching my YouTube channel or watching me produce different content, or so many of you reach out and say, I really appreciate you've inspired me to just start vlogging or to document, or people that I know personally. I know a musician who is crazy, crazy talented, and I hear people say things nonstop about wanting to do this, and then they start and it just doesn't feel like it's really worth it. And then I see other people that are super inspired to start a podcast, and they start, or they buy the microphone, they get the setup, they set up their lights, they do the whole thing, but they never actually start, or they do an episode or two and then they quit. Like, I understand we live in a like now mentality, so everyone wants to just get things done as soon as possible, but I can't tell you how important it is to be patient, because I've been vlogging now this May, so next month will be 2 years since I started my YouTube channel that you're watching now, which I super appreciate. Thank you so much for being here. But it took 2 years, it feels like, to really start to have traction of what this channel has done for me. So I don't mean subscribers, I don't mean views, I don't mean any of that. Yes, the channel has grown. 37,000 subscribers in 2 years I think is great, but that's really not like just unbelievably crazy numbers. It's good numbers, super happy with that, but I'm not in it for the numbers either. But what has come out of the podcast, what has come out of me building personal brand for these last 2 years, building content on LinkedIn and Instagram and all these things, it's been a slow process. And sometimes I even catch myself like going to produce a piece of content, or wanting to sell something to somebody, or wanting to run an ad about scaling creative that's like really like a call to action, like call us today type of ad. And then I stop myself all the time, and I realize, you know what? What got me here today was patience. What got me to get the clients that I currently have was patience, was putting out content, putting out content, putting out content, showing up more than someone else, and then phone calls started to come in. I just think far too often people don't realize how impatient they're being, and someone will do something like a YouTube channel and they'll be like, I went after it really, really hard, and I posted a video every day for 2 months and I didn't see any views, or I didn't see any subscribers, or someone will come across us and say, I started to run Facebook ads and I spent $10 here and $20 here and $100 this month, and I just feel like it's not really getting me anywhere. Or they'll start to produce content and they'll put 3 or 4 videos on LinkedIn and they won't sell to anybody, and no sales will come because of it, because it's too quick, and then they'll say, I just feel like it was a waste of my time. But see, you have to realize that it's not a waste of time. it just takes time. That's a difference. There's a big difference between something taking time and something being a waste of time. I'm super active on LinkedIn. Those of you who follow me on there know that I really love that platform. It's my favorite platform to actually get business from, to network, to meet people. It's just outstanding. But I love it also because I don't sell on there ever. I just constantly interact with people, and I post content and interact. And recently I came across the comment that someone had put on someone else that I follow. It might have been on Gary Vee's channel or something, and someone had commented on one of the videos he did that said something about, like, I've been posting videos for 6 months or posting for 3 months or something really short, and they said, when do I know that I'm wasting my time? Like something along those lines. When do I realize that what I'm doing is just not important and it's just a waste of the time that I'm putting into it? And I commented back and I was like, producing content is never a waste of time. Like, it's never a waste of time. And I can totally see how people kind of get this impression that you do something over and over and over and you don't see an immediate ROI on it. It sometimes feels like a waste. You produce tons of videos on YouTube, but you get 7 views and 25 views and 30 views. It feels like a waste. But when I started putting videos on this channel, that's how many views I got too. I didn't have 1,000 subscribers. I didn't have 37,000 subscribers. But I did have one thing that I think a lot of people don't. I had patience. When I posted that first video, I didn't look for a number. I didn't look for a certain amount of views or a certain amount of subscribers or a certain amount of engagement. I looked straight ahead at my goal and I said, I'm producing content on YouTube and I don't care who watches it. I'm going to keep putting videos out and keep putting videos out, regardless of what happens. And a funny thing happens when you just keep showing up. People watch. And an even funnier thing happens if you really just don't care whether people actually watch. You actually enjoy it. I see this pattern with everyone that I talk to. It's people that don't stick with something. Michael Jordan is the greatest NBA player of all time. Do you think that he went out for the first time and shot a basketball and turned into greatness? No, he practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced and kept going and kept going and kept going to become the greatest basketball player of all time. The person that you see that's in incredible shape didn't get like that by finding some shortcut, like the perfect pill that would make them lose weight or put a six-pack in their abs or put muscles on their bicep. There wasn't like a shortcut to any of it. Jeff Bezos didn't decide he wanted to start Amazon and then the next day it was what it is now. Like, it just doesn't happen that way. You see, let me show you something. See, when I started posting videos, nobody was watching any of my videos either. And I didn't have a lot of subscribers either. And you see, when I started my company, I wasn't making any money in 2013 and barely in 13. And I started making some in 15. And I started making more in 16 and 17 and 18 and 19. And it's growing and growing. And you see, I don't say any of that to brag, to flaunt, to do nothing. I say that to realize, like, everything takes time. If you're starting your own business or you're currently running your own business, chances are you're looking to be in business forever. Which means if you're planning on being in business forever or you're planning on doing what you love forever, that's a long-term, long-time plan. So why are so many decisions made with short-term gain and patience? One of my favorite quotes from Gary Vee that rotates a lot on my background on my phone is, "You win when you fall in love with patience." I can't tell you enough. If you're not patient, you're not gonna win. But if you stay patient, man, some good things can happen.